Flipped learning to me means to learn or look through the content of what's being taught in the class before we go into the class.
Watching the video prepared me for the lesson, and I could engage in the discussion without feeling lost.
The student is able to learn at their own time, at their own space.
This flipped learning is actually done in the practical setting, a chemistry lab. Basically, we videotape the experimental procedure. We also post some pre-lab questions for them to think through why the experimental procedure has to be that particular way before they actually come into the lab. So we realized that they came into the lab much better prepared than before, and a lot of time is actually saved. So that gave us a lot of time at the end to do a debrief to point out the commonly made mistakes.
The extra element in a flipped classroom is that the teacher is able to engage the students' prior knowledge of what we already have learned and discuss it in class. I felt that there was a positive change in learning because students were clear of the practical procedure and were able to understand the objective of the practical.
It's able to create more flexible time, having the pre-briefing and the lab procedure online and prompting us with a few questions. Feedbacks given by all the students was it is a very good approach. They're able to learn more effectively through this approach, and that they do not feel the stress and pressure of not being able to understand during lecture.
We enjoyed learning through flipped classrooms. I'm sure other students would like it too.
One of my key arguments is for teachers to teach creatively or to teach about creativity. They themselves must experience that. In a class setting of 3 hours, there's really very little time for them to go through that experience, which means if I were to draw that learning, the theoretical understanding beforehand, let them hear, let them get excited, let them think a bit, to incubate on the ideas and to try out in their own ways. Then when they come together in the class and group setting, I think that's where the power unleashes, because really as teachers, really as adult andragogy, we want them to bring in their motivation, their questions, to challenge the thinking, and to really synthesize. So it goes beyond just application. Most people will tell you flipped videos really is the change of role. That now no longer am I the taxi driver, that my students just sit back, relax and chill. But now they have to be driving, and I think that's the one hard part that teachers need to have a change in mindset.